Okay, good afternoon to all of you. Uh, is this slide visible? Am I audible? Anybody else? Please respond.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Okay. So we have seen in the theory class a little bit about the testing. Actually, if we finish the theory parts, difficult will not get time. So parallelly we have to start. So I will try to take some tools which are not so much closely related to our theory discussion, so that independently we can start. Today we will take up such a tool called as Selenium. This is an automated testing tool. Of course, this is normally used for testing of web-based applications. Okay, this tool is normally used for testing of web-based applications. Let's see the fundamentals of this. Then I will share this one, so that the installation steps, etc., I have mentioned in the slide. So first 1 hour we'll take this what basic concepts of Selenium, how to install, what are the aspects, what are the features, and then you can try yourself. Okay, then you can try yourself. Let's see. So the plan of the talk is like this. First we'll discuss introduction to Selenium, then the Selenium ID, Selenium Integrated Development Environment, then installation of Selenium using Selenium ID, Selenium remote control, then Selenium WebDriver. Okay, so these things we have to discuss, and probably we can see up to using Selenium ID. This RC and WebDriver may be discussed in the next class. Let's see this overview of Selenium. Basic concepts, fundamentals of Selenium, or overview of Selenium. Selenium is an open source automation testing tool which is used for testing web-based applications. It is licensed under Apache License 2.0. Different languages supported by Selenium are as follows. It supports Java, C#, Ruby, Python, PHP, Perl, etc. The operating systems supported by Selenium are as follows. They include Windows operating system, Mac operating system, Linux operating system, and Unix operating system. Different web browsers supported by Selenium are as follows, like it supports Mozilla till the latest version, Internet Explorer version 6.7.8, Google Chrome, Opera version 8.9.10, etc. Okay, so these are the things which are supported by Selenium, the different languages, different operating systems, and different browsers. Let's pictorially represent Selenium. It's an open source tool. I have already told you. It is used for testing web-based. It is an automated testing tool used for testing of web-based applications. Supports multiple operating systems such as Windows, Mac, Unix, Linux, etc. It also supports multiple browsers such as Mozilla, Internet Explorer, Google Chrome, and Opera, etc. Also, it supports multiple languages such as C, C++, Ruby, Python, C#, and so on, Java, and so on. Also, it supports multiple frameworks. So, in this way, you can see that Selenium supports a broad range of browsers and technologies and platforms. Now, let's see a little bit about history of Selenium, how it was developed. Just 1 minute, please.
Sir, your voice is not audible, sir.
Okay, now I think it will occur. Now is it audible? Yes, please respond.
Yes, sir.
Yes. So Selenium was developed in 2004 by Jason Huggins as a JavaScript library, and he has used this Selenium to automate his manual testing routines, because previously he was using manual testing routines for testing the web-based applications. Then he has developed this Selenium as a JavaScript library, and he has used it to automate his manual testing routines. This JavaScript library eventually becomes Selenium core. Okay, so this JavaScript library that he was used, so eventually that becomes Selenium core. Initially, it was in the form of a JavaScript library. Um, that library eventually became the Selenium core, which underlies all the functionality of Selenium remote control and Selenium ID. So this JavaScript library eventually it became Selenium core, and it underlies all the functionalities of the other versions such as Selenium remote controls or Selenium RC and Selenium ID. Sometimes it is very much difficult to perform the testing because of its JavaScript based automation engine. So then people find that since this is developed as a JavaScript library, people felt that sometimes it is very difficult to perform the testing procedure because of its JavaScript based automation engine. Since it is based on JavaScript, so due to its JavaScript based automation engine, and due to the security limitations the browsers applied to JavaScript, people find it is very much difficult to perform the testing process. Then Google came forward. Google being a long time user of Selenium, so it had a developer. Okay, this Google had a developer. His name is Simon Stewart, who developed the WebDriver. Then he has developed the WebDriver in order to overcome these problems of this JavaScript-based automation engine. So Google being a long time user of Selenium, so he and who had a developer named Simon Stewart. So he came forward. He developed the WebDriver version. This WebDriver circumvented Selenium's JavaScript sandbox to allow it to communicate with the browser and operating system directly. So what are the problem of this JavaScript based automation engine? So this WebDriver, it has overcome those problems. This WebDriver has circumvented the Selenium's JavaScript sandbox to allow it to communicate with the browser. So this WebDriver can directly communicate to the with the web browser and the operating system directly. In 2008, Selenium and WebDriver merged to provide an excellent test automation framework. Then in the year of 2008, this is Selenium, the previous Selenium and the WebDriver, they were merged to provide an excellent test automation framework. Okay. You know, Selenium, you must have read this periodic table in +2 or 12th, isn't it? You know, in that periodic table, Selenium is a chemical element, isn't it? Selenium is a chemical element, and what is its atomic number? It has atomic number 34. And what is its symbol? Symbol we are using Sc for selenium, isn't it? So selenium is a chemical element with the atomic number 34, and it is represented by the chemical symbol Sc. It is a non-metal chemical related to sulfur and tellurium, and rarely occurs in its elemental state in nature. So if you go its chemical properties of selenium, it is a non-metal. It is chemically related to sulfur and tellurium, another two elements in the periodic table. And this selenium, it rarely occurs in its elemental state in nature. So I am discussing these chemical properties of selenium. Selenium, though we are using a software, is a testing tool. But why we are reading its chemical properties? There is a reason. Let's see what is the reason. So this is the periodic table, isn't it? This is the periodic table, and here you can see where is selenium. Yes, here selenium, as I have already told you, its symbol is 30 SA, and its atomic number, its serial number is 34. Okay. Now the thing is, why this name is selenium? Why we are reading its chemical properties? So this problem is like this. Previously, HP has a product. Those who are in software industry, they might have known. HP had a product testing tool named as Mercury. Okay, HP had a testing tool named as Mercury. At that time, HP had shown monopoly. This Mercury, since they are having, they have used it in a different way. They have shown what monopoly. So this they have shown some monopoly, and due to this monopoly, people get irritated. So then this selenium, then they have tried to develop another tool which can overcome, which can dominate this monopoly of this HP, which can avoid the monopoly of this SP on its product Mercury. And you know, Mercury is a what? Normally it is a poison. If you might have known, Mercury is a poison. So since they have tried to dominate this Mercury, so they tried to prepare an antidote to this Mercury. And this selenium, you know, selenium normally both, if you consider both as the chemical items, selenium and mercury, this chemical item selenium is used for treating mercury poisoning. So since mercury is a poison, so in order to treat this mercury poisoning, so selenium is normally used. Selenium acts as an antidote for treating mercury poisoning. So similarly, they have thought now they might have to dominate this mercury because HP is showing monopoly. They have applied as an antidote to mercury, so that they want to stop the growth of mercury. That this testing tool, and so that HP cannot do on monopoly. That's why they have given a better name than mercury, who can suppress mercury. So since selenium is used for treating mercury poisoning, that's as an antidote. So that's why these people, they have named it as selenium. The name of the tool is selenium, which will dominate this tool mercury. That's how the name came selenium here. This is the brief history behind this software testing tool selenium. Okay. Now let's see what are the components of selenium. There are four important components of selenium are there. They are selenium ID, selenium RC, WebDriver, and selenium grid. Okay. So selenium package contains four components: selenium ID, selenium RC, then WebDriver, and selenium grid. So this you can get it from the source www.softwaretestinghelp.com. You can get these things. So today we will discuss about selenium ID, and if time permits, we will discuss those things in the next class: selenium RC, WebDriver, and selenium grid. So now let's see the basics of selenium ID. Selenium ID provides facility to export recorded script in many languages. So what are the languages it can be used, or it provides facility to export the recorded script? It supports languages like HTML, Java, Ruby, Python, C#, JUnit, and TestNG. So Selenium ID provides facility to export the recorded scripts in many languages such as like HTML, Java, Ruby, Python, C#, JUnit, and TestNG. Normally, it is considered as a play and record and playback structure. Tool? We can call it as a record and playback tool. What do you mean by that? First, you go on recording. There is an option to record. I will show you. Just like in Microsoft Teams, I am recording. There is a button. I am pressing it. Then it is recorded. Similarly, in Selenium ID also there is a button. You can press it, so that it will be recorded. Then you stop it, and then what you do, you just play it back. So while in the playing in back, you can now check, you have to verify whether the operations you have performed, exactly those same operations are playing back or any problem. So then you can detect that if any mistake is there, you can easily detect. So this is normally treated as a record and playback tool. Okay. Selenium IDE provides facility to export recorded scripts in many languages like HTML, Java, Ruby, Python, C#, JUnit, and TestNG. The script created for application testing is called test case. Okay, so the script that is created for the application testing. Okay, the script that is created for application testing is called the test case in Selenium IDE language. And you know, the set of test cases I have already told you what it's called, test suite. And the set of test cases is called the test suite in Selenium IDE. It provides record and playback facility to regression test in any web application. I have already told you it is a record and playback kind of tool. This tool provides record and playback mechanism to regression testing in any web applications. Okay, what do you mean by record and playback? Very simple. Just first start the recording, then you again play back, so that while you are playback, you just search minutely, verify minutely whether the operations are performed in the same sequence or not. That's why it is called as record and playback mechanism. So this tool Selenium IDE, it provides record and playback facility to regression test in any web application. What is Selenium RC? This is the older version of Selenium. It also works on multiple browsers. WebDriver is the new version of Selenium. It also supports Android and iPhone testing. You can test Android applications. Okay, it also. Then what is Selenium Grid? Selenium Grid is used to run the test cases parallelly on multiple machines and browsers. So if you want to run test cases, different test cases parallelly on multiple machines and multiple browsers, then Selenium Grid can. So Selenium Grid is used to run the test cases parallelly on multiple machines and browsers. So this is a comparison table on Selenium IDE, Selenium RC, and WebDriver. And what is missing here? I think Grid is missing. So Grid I have not listed it there because it is for running the test cases parallelly on multiple machines and browsers. I have not listed here. You can see from that. So these are the comparisons among Selenium IDE, Selenium RC, and WebDriver. Easy things you just read yourself. Like Selenium IDE normally works only on Mozilla. It works only on Mozilla. Whereas Selenium RC works on almost all browsers, does not work on latest version of Firefox or Internet Explorer. WebDriver, it works on latest versions of almost all browsers such as Firefox, Internet Explorer, Opera, Chrome, etc. That's why what you do for Selenium IDE for today, you must ensure that in your laptop Mozilla must be installed. Okay, that has to be must. Those who are having Chrome, etc., it may not work. So please try to install Mozilla in your laptop. Selenium IDE, I have already told you, it is a record and playback or running the record and run tool. But in Selenium RC and WebDriver, there is no record and run. Selenium IDE, no server is required to start. But as well as in WebDriver, no server is required to start. But Selenium RC server is required to start. In Selenium IDE, core engine is JavaScript based. In Selenium RC, also core engine is JavaScript based, but in WebDriver it interacts natively with the browser application. Selenium IDE is very simple to use. If you are using user extensions, you require knowledge on the JavaScript, which makes the work a little bit tough. In that context, Selenium RC, it is a simple and small API. But WebDriver, it is a complex and a bit large API as compared to RC. Selenium IDE is not at all object-oriented. Selenium RC, less object-oriented API, but WebDriver, it is purely object-oriented API. Selenium IDE, it is not, it cannot move mouse with it. Similarly, Selenium RC also cannot move our mouse with it, but WebDriver, it can move mouse cursor. So in Selenium ID, full XPaths have to be appended with XPath is equal to the syntax full XPath you have to specify. Similarly, in case of Selenium RC, but in WebDriver, it is not needed to append this XPath. In Selenium ID and Selenium RC, there are no listeners. I hope listeners you have already known in case of what Java, etc. But WebDriver, here implementation of listeners is provided. So with Selenium ID and Selenium RC, they cannot test iPhone and Android applications, whereas WebDriver can be used to test iPhone and Android applications. So these are few comparisons I have given among Selenium ID, RC, Selenium RC and Selenium WebDriver. Other differences, other comparisons you can see from any other book or from internet. Now let's quickly see what is the purpose of use. I have already told you that Selenium is an open source testing tool freely available on the website, and hence it serves for cost effective automation testing. Okay, it serves for cost effective automation testing. One highly beneficial feature of Selenium is that the language used for building the program is independent of the language that the web application of the website is using. Very much important. So one of the what advantage or highly beneficial feature of Selenium is that the language which is used for building the program, for developing the program, for constructing the program is independent of the language that the web application or website is using. These two languages need not be same. This implies that the test script can be developed in any of the languages that Selenium supports. Okay, so this implies that what the test script that can be developed in any of the languages, okay, that Selenium supports. With Selenium, it is convenient to implement frameworks that revolve around object-oriented programming, like keyword-driven, data-driven, and hybrid approaches, etc. Then, with the use of Selenium, it is also possible to execute simultaneous tests leveraging various browsers on various machines. Okay, so if you are using Selenium, with the use of Selenium, it is quite possible to execute simultaneous tests. It is possible to execute simultaneous tests. Test means test cases. Whenever I will tell tests means test cases, it is possible to execute simultaneous test cases leveraging various browsers on various machines or different machines. This turn cuts down the time required for test execution or for test case execution when a larger project is in progress. Parallelly, you can do those things on different machines. Okay. Parallelly, you can do this thing or this testing process on various machines having many browsers or having different. What are the hardware requirements? In order to use this Selenium, operating systems require like Windows XP 2003, 2003 Server, Windows Vista, Windows 7, Windows 2008, etc. And Linux also you can use, Mac operating system you can use. The different versions may be Leopard, Snow Leopard, etc. So in general, Mac operating system also can be used. So we are discussing about the hardware and the software requirements. The memory should be minimum 2 GB RAM required. So check whether in your laptop this much memory is there or not. Otherwise, you may not execute or run the programs. Space with all included features and libraries installed. Standalone Twist takes about 25 to 300 megabyte depending on the operating system. Space and space disks. What should be the characteristic of display device? It requires minimum 1024 into 768 resolution. However, resolutions of 1280 into 800 or 1440 into 900 are preferred if you want to have many views or many windows or many tabs open on the Twist SpecText view. These are the hardware and the software requirements for running this Selenium tool. These are some software requirements. So Firefox, please be sure that you have a recent version of Firefox installed. Then JavaScript, the Selenium remote control serves the Selenium remote control server runs on JavaScript. It thus runs on any operating system that supports a recent Java implementation. These are quite easy things. You please read yourself. You can also use the following programming languages to write the code. The code can be written in Ruby or C# or PHP or Perl or Python, etc. Now let's start quickly Selenium IDE. Okay, so today we will discuss only Selenium IDE. Let's see how you can install and how you can run the test cases in Selenium IDE. Selenium. So today we'll discuss Selenium Integrated Development Environment or Selenium IDE. The Selenium IDE is the tool which is used to develop Selenium test cases. Okay, so by using Selenium IDE, you can develop Selenium test cases. It's an easy to use Firefox plugin. So I have already told you you should use Firefox for running Selenium test cases. It's an easy to use Firefox plugin and it's generally the most efficient way to develop the test cases. It also contains a context menu. So this Selenium IDE, it also contains a context menu that allows you to perform the following two things. It allows you to first select a user interface element from where? From the browser's currently displayed page, and then it selects from a list of Selenium commands with parameters predefined according to the context of the selected UI element. Okay, so first this Selenium IDE allows you to select a user interface element from where? From the browser's currently displayed page. Okay, so Selenium IDE allows you to first select a user interface element from the browser's currently displayed page, and then it selects from a list of Selenium commands with some parameters predefined according to the context of the selected user interface element. So you can see just a screenshot I have shown. How does the Selenium IDE will look like? See, these are the options. I was saying it is a record and playback structure. It provides record and playback mechanism. This is the pane. So here the run option is there, and as I have already told you, it's a record and playback tool. So there must be some option for recording, starting the record and stopping the record, or start and stop the recording procedure. So on the right hand corner there is a button, red button. This is used for start and stop of the recording process. This portion we call as the Selenium script editor, this middle portion, and this portion is called as the accessory area, and whatever the log information, it will be printed at the bottom area. This is known as Selenium log. This is how the Selenium IDE will look like. This is the procedure for installation of Selenium IDE. I will immediately upload in the website. No need to explain. You are all experts in this. You are better experts than me in the implementation. So I am leaving this thing. I will download. I will put this thing immediately in this our Microsoft team. First, you have to launch Firefox and navigate to this. Then under the Selenium IDE section, click on the link that shows the current version number. Okay, like this. So download the previous version release on this. So these things are easy things. I am just leaving those things. How to install Selenium IDE. Then for security reason, a Firefox notification will pop up. You have to click allow. Click on allow. The add-ons will be then downloaded. After downloading from the Firefox, you will be presented with a window as shown below. Then select the install now option. Here the install now option is there. Select install now option. The Firefox add-ons window pops up. First shows a progress bar, and when the download is complete, it displays the window as shown below. then you have to click on restart. Please remember, you have to then restart. So there's a restart option. Don't be afraid of something. So immediately click on restart now. After Firefox reboots, you will find the Selenium ID listed under the Firefox tools menu as shown below. I have already given a screenshot. You will see that after Firefox reboots, you will find the Selenium ID, which is listed under the Firefox tools menu as shown in this given slide. Then also you will see the Selenium ID icon in the toolbar as shown below. So you can see the Selenium ID icon in the toolbar. That also you can see as shown here. Selenium ID should launch as shown below. Okay, so the Selenium ID should launch as shown in the below figure as shown below. Okay. Now let's quickly see some of the elements in Selenium ID toolbar. So you can this testing process or the playing back. First you have to record. Record. I have already told you this red button is the record option. So while you are playing, you can just make it fast or slow. There is a what option. This ball, green ball. You can take it to left and right to make your playing back thing fast and fast or slow. If you want to run a single test case, then you use this option. Only one test case is there. You see, out of 3, only 1 is highlighted. If you want to run all the test cases, then you can go for this option where all 3 buttons are highlighted. If you want to take pause, you can go for, you select this icon. Then when you want to resume, again you select this item, this this option. In order to show this step, you can now use this option, and finally, if you want to start the recording process or stop the recording process, use this red button. So let's see how recording can be done in a Selenium test case. First, open Firefox that has the ID installed. I have already shown you how to install ID. Then open Firefox that has the ID installed. Then open the base URL of the application to record. Okay. Then open the base URL of the application to record. Keep the application in a common base state. I will say what is a common base state later on. So keep the application in a common base state. Then go to the tools, then Selenium ID, and then the ID will be opened. Then you have to start recording. How? Start recording using the red button in the toolbar. In the toolbar, this record option will be there. Here I have shown you somewhere. This one. By pressing this red button, you can start the recording process. When your recording is over, you can again press that one to stop the recording process. Start recording using the red button in the toolbar. Now perform the operations on the application as you are testing the application. Okay. Now perform the operations on the application. What operation you want to perform? Now perform the operations on the application as you are testing the application. So after my lecture is over, our TH will show. They will take one sample sample case study, and they will try to run it and show you how testing happens using Selenium ID. Once you are done with the recording, then again you click that same button, red button, click on the stop recording button, and then you have to save the test cases through the file menu. You know already how to save. Go to file and choose the save option. By default, it will be saved as a Selenium script. Please remember, by default, whatever test case is there, it will be saved as a Selenium script or HTML format. Make sure that the application is in the common base state. What do you mean by common base state? So that means if suppose you are, I'm giving a simple example of common base state. You are using NIT Rourkela website for your registration. So as long as you are in NIT Rourkela website, you say that is a common base state. But when you are going to making payment the money, then what happens? there is a migration from NIT Rourkela website to the gateway of bank. So now it is not common base state. You are moving from NIT Rourkela state to the gateway of bank, to the bank gateway. So that's why please ensure that the application is in the common base state. So those kind of things you cannot test in what, like you say payment or the purchasing something to Flipkart. As long as there you are in Flipkart, searching, selecting or adding to cart, those things you can easily test. But while you are moving to this payment option, the state is changing. State is changing from NIT Rourkela to payment gateway or Flipkart to payment gateway. So now this common base state, this is repeated there. This is not existing, so you cannot test. So always only you can test these test cases or some of the things when the application is in the common base state. Please make sure that the application is in the common base state. So click on the then. So after what performing the operations, so we are stopping the recording, and after recording what you have to do, click on the run button. I have already told you it is a record and playback mechanism. First you have recorded, then you have to play, then you have to run. So click on the run button. Okay. So run button option I have already told you earlier. Run button. See, if you want to run single test case, this option. If you want to run all the test cases, then this option you have to select, where 3 bars are activated. So while you are running your test cases, you can control the speed of the execution using the toolbar. This box you can take to left and right to make faster, slow. So click on the run button. Here you can also control the speed of the execution using the toolbar. Once the test case is run, you can view the test log in the bottom of the ID window. So once the test case is run, you can see, you can view the test log in the bottom of the ID window. So what is the test log? I have already shown you earlier. Test log, see at the bottom, this portion. At the bottom, this portion is reserved for the Selenium log. All the detailed information while you are executing a test case will be displayed here. This is known as Selenium log. This area is known as Selenium log. Okay. In Selenium ID, you can open more than one test at a time. I have already told you. In Selenium ID, you can open one test case or more than one test case at a time. The test case panel shows you the list of currently open test cases. So how many test cases you have opened, the test case panel, it can show you. The test case panel shows you the list of currently open test cases. When you open a test suite, the test case panel will automatically list all the test cases contained in it. So I have already told you test suite is the collection or the set of test cases. When you open a test suite, the test case panel will automatically list all the test cases contained in it. The test case written in bold font is the currently selected test case. So if there are, say, see here, you can see that there are 2 test cases, invalid login and valid login. So the test case written in bold font is the currently selected test case. That means here you can see valid login is bold, so it is the currently selected test case. At the bottom portion is a summary of the number of test cases that were run and failed. At the bottom you see, it will show the summary, how many test cases were run, how many of them passed, how many number of them failed. So it shows that 2 test cases were run and how many of them are passed, how many failed, 1 is failed. That means 1 is passed. How you know which is one failed and which one is passed? A green color test case means that this test case is passed. A red color test case means this test case is failed. So you can see out of this thing only 1 green, 1 red. That means 1 is failed and another is passed. Color represents status of the whole test suite. So this color represents the status of the whole test suite. So it says that the first one is run means number of test cases run, and second one means number of failed test cases. You can see that Two test cases were run, and out of them, one test case is failed. At the bottom portion is a summary of the number of test cases that were run and failed. After playback, so first you have recorded, then you have playback, then after playing back, you will draw the conclusion. How to draw the conclusion? Let's see. After playback, each test case is colored. It is color coded to represent if it is passed or failed. I have already told you green means passed, red means failed. Yellow color means currently running. If there is something yellow color, that is currently running. So you have not known, the decision is not given whether passed or failed. So yellow color means currently the test case is running. You can think of the editor as this place where all the actions they happen. Okay, you can think of the editor at the place where all the actions happen. So it is available in two views. The editor is available in two views. One is in the table format, another is in a source format or source code format. Let's see first, I think, table option. Table view, this is where you create and modify SELinit command. So in table view, you can create and modify the SELinit commands. After playback, each step is color coded. So first you have recorded, then you have played back. So after playback, each step is color coded. There will be some colors will come. A sample table is shown here. I have already told you two options. Editor is having two options. Either you can go for the table view or the source view. This I am showing the table view. So in source view, what will happen? It displays the steps in HTML or default format. That's why it is source code format. Now I have selected the source code option. It displays the steps how in HTML or which is the default format. It also allows you to edit your script. So in the source code view, in the source view, it allows you to edit your script just like in the table view. Okay. It means the source view. The source view, it also allows you to edit your script just like in the table view. So how to use Selenium IDE, that is going on now. First launch Selenium IDE, then drag the bar in speed control to make it slow. If you want to make it fast also you can do that. Then click on the red button for what? To start the recording process. Then open a web page in the Firefox browser, because I have already told you this is a testing tool which is required for testing any web application. So first you have to open a web page in the Firefox browser, maybe say google.com or flipkart.com or something, maybe what some might be nitrql.ac.in. So open a web page in the Firefox browser, then type some query in the Google page. If you are taking Google, type some query. If you are taking the NITRE-Alkala, go to the student option or the students option, the registration option, whatever you want to test, perform the applications, perform the commands, or go to those options. After your work is over, click on the red button to stop recording. Then go to the file menu, click on file menu. Then save the test cases. The table pane looks like as follows. Open and then type whatever you want to type. You can write here like this. The table pane looks like as follows. Then click on the play current test case button. So current test case means only one. That means this option. What is the previous one? 3 means all the test cases. So first click on the play current test case button. Press this one. This will automatically do what? This will automatically open the website that you have given. In the previous website, I have taken the example, what? Google.com. So whenever you will click on the play current test case button, this will automatically open the current application, the current test case. This will automatically open this current application, that is the google.com site. This will automatically open the google.com. Then type in automated testing into the query field and display the search results. What you have to do? You have to do something. Whatever you will type, then that will search. You have chosen what? Google.com. Now you want to search something. What do you want to search? Automated testing. So what you do? Where you will type? So type in this into the query field. So there must be a query field here. Okay, there is a query field, and in that query field, type what? Query field, type automated testing. So you can, when you will type automated testing, here see I have written. So this type, what you will type? Automated testing. Then you type in automated testing into the query field and display the search results. Then it will show the different search results under automated testing. How many research papers are there, books are there, websites are there, all those things will be displayed in the website. If you take a closer look at the two commands in the table pane, you will see that you cannot only change the command but also alter the values associated with it. You can also alter the values associated with it. For example, the first command is open. You can change this to anything else. So if the first command is open, you can see here, first command is open. For example, the first command is open. You can change this command to anything else. Selenium ID offers a huge list of built-in commands. So this just is a drop down kind of button. Many commands are listed here. You can select any command. First, I have chosen open because I am trying to open a I am trying to open any website. For example, the first command is open. You can change this to anything else. Selenium ID offers a huge list of built-in commands. You can also change the target URL to anything that you like. Okay. You can also change the target URL to anything that you like. Like here, this is the target. You can change this target. You can alter this target URL. Okay. You can also change the target URL to anything else that you like. The next command is type. First we have seen open. Next command is type. This command basically instructs the Selenium tool to type in the desired query into the search bar. So like here in type, we have so type, here is the target, and what is the value? So what is the value of this command? So for this command type, the target is shown as ID is equal to something GBQFQ, and what is the value? Value is automated testing. If you want to put something else in place of automated testing, you can write say manual testing or regression testing. Whatever you want, you can type it here. You can change the query to anything you want by changing the value, maybe from automated testing to regression testing. Anything else you can change here. For example, if you change it to red and orange widgets, or if you want to type regression testing, Selenium ID will automatically query red and orange widgets into Google. Here I have in place of automated testing, now I have typed red and orange widgets. So then what will happen? Well, Selenium ID will automatically query the red and orange widgets into Google. If you want regression testing, then Selenium ID will automatically query regression testing into Google. This is one of the most basic examples of what Selenium ID can do. By combining different commands, there are so many commands provided in Selenium tool. By combining the different commands, you can make the ID run complex tasks and test for bugs automatically. Besides the Selenium ID window, the plugin also installs a contextual menu into Firefox that can be accessed by pressing the right mouse button. Let's see an example of how it works. What I'm saying, besides the Selenium ID window, the plugin also installs what? It also installs a contextual menu into Firefox that can be accessed by pressing the right mouse button. Let us see an example of how it works. Like the previous example, let us create a new test case and hit record. So first you have to record it, then go to google.com, type in a query. What query? Suppose automated testing, and wait for the search results page to load. Like the previous example, create a new test case and hit record. Try to record this process. Then go to google.com, type in a query like automated testing and wait for the search results page to load. After the results page opens, then you right click, see what is happening. After the results page opens, right click on the main search field on Google. A contextual menu will pop up with a list of actions that you can perform like this. So when you will right click, so what I am saying here, after the results page opens, right click where? Right click on the main search field on Google. Then a contextual menu will pop up with a list of actions you can perform like this. Here automated testing you have typed in. Then all the options, search results are coming like automated testing tools kit, automated testing framework, automated testing PDF, automatic testing research papers like this. So many things will come here, isn't it? What I'm saying here, I'm again saying, after the results page opens, right click on the main search field on Google. Then a contextual menu will pop up with a list of actions you can perform. So a sample screenshot is shown here for this thing, for this for this option. At the bottom of the menu, you will see a verify value. Okay, at the bottom you will see a verify value. See here it is shown verify value ID. At the bottom of the menu, you will see a verify value option. If you select this option, then what will happen? If you select this verify value option, then Selenium will make sure that there is always a value present in the search bar, a simple test. Always there should be some value where in the search bar. It cannot be blank. So if you want to do that, you can just test it. Whatever value is there in the what search bar, we have seen, we have given automated testing. Very simple test. That means this search bar is not empty. So if you just select verify value, you can see that what value you have given earlier. You have forgotten what value you have given initially in the space bar. Now you can see that in that Google website or the google.com in the search bar you have typed automated testing. At the bottom of the menu, you will see a verify value option. If you select this option, then Selenium will make sure that there is always a value present in the search bar, which is a very simple test. And if you see, when you have forgotten what you have given in the search bar, now if you go if you go to verify value, you will see that automated testing there. That means you have typed the automated testing initially. Okay, so this is a very simple test. You can also see a list of available commands on the same menu. Okay, you can also see a list of all available commands on the same menu. This will give you a huge list of commands to choose from. Okay, so this will give you a huge list of commands to choose from, like let's see what are the commands: verify title, verify value, open, store title, etc. See, many things are there. Open, then verify title, verify value, verify text, verify table, verify element, wait, store title, like this. So many commands are there. There's a list, there's a huge list of commands. You can select the appropriate command for your work. Using these different options, using these different options or using these different commands, so using these different options, you can create automated test cases. You can create automated test or automated test cases to check different elements in a web application. For this example, if you stop the recording and then again play back the test or the test case, then Selenium ID will first open which page? What you have given? First you have given google.com. Then type in the desired query. Whatever type you have, automated testing. So when you will play back, first ID, whatever sequence you have performed initially, the same thing again it will play back. Then you can match. This thing I have not run. If it is coming, I had forgotten. Then those things you can correct. So basically, what things you have performed, which sequence, the operations you have performed initially in the playback, again those things will be playback, those operations will be playback in the same sequence. So while you will play back this thing, then you can easily see that if you have committed any mistake, then you can do the needful. You know the cinemas, etc. They are first recording, then they are playing back, and while they will play back, any kind of error if they have committed during the recording, they can trace and then again they can re-record. For this example, if you stop the recording and play back the test or the test case, Selenium ID will first open. So what we have done in this example, first open Google.com. So it will first open the google.com website, then type in the desired query. Here it is automated testing, and finally verify that the query has been entered into the source bar. That means in source bar, automated path testing is written. And finally verified that. Who verified that? The Selenium tool. It verifies that the query has been entered into the source bar. Source bar is not empty. At least some value there. What is the value here? Automated testing. Verify value. Automated testing is there. For this example, if you stop the recording process and then if you will play back the test case, then Selenium ID will first open the google.com, then type in the desired query, and finally verify that the query has been entered into the source bar. That means source bar is not empty. In the source bar, the value automated testing is there. In the query automated testing has been entered into the source bar. Next is Selenium remote controller, Selenium RC. This thing, if possible, we will discuss in the next class. So now what I will do, I will request you first to start installing this Selenium ID. I am immediately putting this PPT in this MS Teams. You download this, then you install this ID, then you take this example, at least what I have taken, google.com, then automated testing, etc. Then our TH will give some, they will take one or two example like railway reservation system or Flipkart or any Travelocla website. You see that one, then they will give some assignments. Please try to do those assignments and submit it by evening. Okay. Whenever you will find any difficulty in installation or in running the test cases, immediately you can chat, you can ask or you can chat, so that our TH will be available. They will immediately answer to your queries. They will clear your doubt, any problem. You can call me to my mobile, or you can post a message in the chat box. So our TH will immediately respond to you. Any doubt, please? Yes, any doubt, please? Am I audible? Anybody else? Am I audible?
Yes, sir.
Okay. So then please, I am putting this PPT in the website, in the MS Teams. Please download and start this first example, Google, then automated testing, then verify according to this example. See the slides, do this one, then other case studies, our TH will help you to do. Then you do the assignments that they will give. Thank you very much. So I expect that you should submit the assignments by today evening. So let me introduce my TH, those who are available here. One is Abhishek Chauhan. He is your just senior. So doing thesis with me. Then next is Chiranjeev Chaudhary. He is our technical assistant in our department. He will also help you. Last time he has helped a lot. Then next is our Pushkar Kishore. He is a PhD student working with me. He is having a lot of experience in this. You can also ask him. Next is Trinath Mahapatra. He is another technical assistant in our department. He has also worked in this area. You can also ask him. So basically, so today two students, Pushkar Kishore and Abhishek Chauhan, and two our senior technical assistants are there, Trinath Mahapatra and Chiranjeev Chaudhary. 4 are available to you. You are finding any doubt in installation, running this thing, etc. You can do. So they will help you. Let's first start. Pushkar, hello. Pushkar,
Yes,
can
yes,
you
sir.
respond? So
Yes, sir, it's audible,
can you take a case study, and what you will do? First you will tell them to install, or first you can take a case study?
Yes, sir. Actually, it is also working on Google Chrome, sir. So if they are having Google Chrome, it's also possible to get from there. If Mozilla Firefox is there, no problem. But if Google Chrome is there, they can also work on that. So, sir,
It
first
also
they
works,
have to install the tool.
Okay. So I think first you guide them to install, then you can take the case study and they can parallelly practice.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
That
That
will
will
be
be
better.
Yes, sir. Yes.
Trinath and Chiranjeev, what are you saying? Is it okay? Trinath and Chiranjeev? Abhishek Chauhan?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
So now I am telling them they will first download this Selenium. They can use either Mozilla Firefox is better. Otherwise, they can try with Google Chrome. If they will
Yes,
find
yes,
any problem in installation, they will write in the chat box. You both of you, please address any of you, either Pushkar or this Abhishek. Please address answer to them. I have also requested Trinath Mahapatra and Chiranjeev Chaudhary. I will also personally call them. They are not now responding. I will call them. So they will also help. So after installation is over, take at least 1 or 2 case studies. Demonstrate them. If any queries, please answer them. Then give some few assignments and give them the time. Maybe by today, 6 o'clock or so, they will upload all those things. You upload the assignment, the case studies. You can upload as assignment or in PPT, whatever that, and then they can do this and they can. You Pushkar know how to give assignments?
No, sir. I have to see. Sir. They have to put on Teams, no, sir.
In the why you because I have added you as a teacher. You
Yes, sir.
go to top, there's a option assignment. In that assignment you can do. If you know you cannot do, send it to my mail. I will upload. This is very simple. There's an assignment option only. You have to give the name of the assignment, description, and all
Yes,
the
sir.
questions and the date.
Okay, sir. Then I will add, sir. Yes, sir.
Today's date, time you can give 6 o'clock, 7 o'clock, like that. First you complete this case study, then I will help you.
Okay, sir.
So thank you very much. Okay, then let's see. I am now I am now giving this thing uploading. I'm now uploading the slide. Okay, so thank you very much. You just continue. I have to. Now I am leaving again. I will join. So first, let me upload this today's slide. Thank you very much. Stopping the recording.